All right, we have J Rod versus Tim Welsh. Sugar Sean O'Malley's grappling coach, it seems. And immediately off the back, they're just like, Tim comes out with pretty high intensity, gives Jay a good clubbing in the back of the head, kind of wake him up a bit. Immediately, as soon as the time starts, it's just heavy hand fighting. Jay's doing a good job of like in-out level change. Jay like touches him 2-3 times, level changes a fake, and scoots out. Very like in and out, like boxing-esque, Mike Tyson style, where you're just kind of bobbing and weaving, using hand fights, using fakes. J-Rod's pretty outsized in most of his matches, and it seems like, I know he weighed in like 10 pounds under, but these are some big boys for sure. You could tell some of these guys were cutting weight. The main difference in the hand fighting here is Jade's doing a good job of winning inside position and pulling on the head, as opposed to Tim is just really kind of clubbing and circling, which is effective but not really inefficient, not really efficient. Also, it seems Mr. Welsh is trying to use like wrist grips to get control of Jay, but Jay's kind of doing a really good job of getting his own wrist grips and or using Tim's wrist grips to like maneuver and win the hand fight. Now we're about a minute or so in the match, and it seems like Jay's starting to time like this guy's club. So every time Mr. Welsh goes to club Jay, he's kind of like swinging his head out the way, making a miss. Still heavy hand fighting going on. No one really shot, just because there were points are going to become live in about a minute or so. So it seems like they're heavy hand fighting, but they're not really letting it loose. Nobody has their foot on the gas pedal much, except for this little scramble right here. The scramble starts at like, I don't know, I'm at 2 minutes and 43 seconds. What happens here? Jay goes pounding on the head. The other guy has like an over tie. Oh, Mr. Welsh tries like a little foot sweep. Jay goes in just to circle out, and guy grabs like kind of like snatches a front head. I remember this match because this guy kind of tries to snatch a front head a few times in this match, actually. Trying to like snap Jay to the mat, get a front head. Seems like he's really hungry for that guillotine. Jay's like, all right, I'm just going to keep this guy backing up. He's like adamant about pushing him out of bounds and keeping the weight on his heels. J-Rod's aware of the foot sweep now, so he's keeping his posture nice and low and keeping his body in correct position, so it's kind of hard to get swept when you're in this good wrestling stance. Although Jay's a little bit smaller, he's got a speed advantage, and and he has a posture advantage. Like Jay's what these guys have in muscle, he makes up in technique because he's keeping a good wrestling stance, making it hard to be pushed around. And in turn, even though Jay's a smaller guy, he's doing the pushing around. Two minutes and 25 seconds left in the match right now. Pace is starting to get pretty high. Jay's like starting to fake more. And both guys are kind of going for a little more heavier collar ties. Jay's giving it back though. He tries to reach for the leg. And I'm yelling. I remember right now, I'm yelling, set it up properly. Jay's adamant about controlling opponent's elbow. Oh, he ducks for a little duck, but as the duck fails, he goes body lock, and opponent kind of circles out of bounds with an overhook. Jay's like, all right, I'm just gonna keep backing up. This guy goes to like kick his leg out, not really a sweep, just more of a leg kick. Try to pull Jay to this front head position. J-Rod's, what we got? 1:30 left, and J-Rod's in this front head position, but it looks pretty comfortable. Like all those guys strong. Jay lives here, you know, especially rolling with Craig. Jay's always in that front head position. Let's back this up. It's still at 1:39 seconds. Opponent has front head. J-Rod's in this kind of tripod position, defending front head. This guy goes to circle behind. Jay does a good job of kind of chasing the opponent as he circles behind and grabs a leg. Right here, it looks like he's pretty close to being, looks like the opponent has a boot in, but he doesn't actually. Because Jay's like, as the opponent went to spin behind Jay, J-Rod's able to slip an arm in, grab a leg. So although the opponent stepped behind Jay's leg, J-Rod also has his opposing leg. So a bit of a sticky situation, but he seems pretty comfortable, pretty confident here. Jay's still controlling the leg, looking to free his trapped leg. The opponent has him like some kind of a foot senkaku, and frees the trapped leg. Jay tries to come up on a single, but he's getting sprawled on now. I think it's probably just best if he lets it go, backs away at the spot. Still, J-Rod getting sprawled on in a single, but I think he's just kind of catching his breath a little bit. 0-0, he knows, all right, I can take this guy down. If it goes to OT, no problem. Jay's trying to build height. Guy puts his hips away, heavy hips, and J-Rod backs out. As J-Rod's backing out, the opponent grabs a front head, tries to snatch it up, but Jay reshots. Ooh, opponent grabs front head again. Jay kind of shimmies it out. Starts sprawling, circles to the back, one boot in, rolls, chasing, tries to get the secondary boot in. It's like 10 seconds left. J-Rod's still hunting for the boot. He's got 2 boots in, boom. He's got points. Now immediately goes for the choke as the guy rolls. Oh, and he's got it. Squeeze that shit. Wow, J-Rod gets a finish. Against a very strong, athletic black belt, I believe. What a good win. I believe this is the first day. Quarterfinals, maybe? This must have been the second match on the first day. Very tough opponent. Yeah, so not even quarterfinals, but second match on the first day. J-Rod gets his hand raised. Let's see this finish one more time. Scrolling back. All right, I got 40 seconds left on the clock. J-Rod changes levels, shoots low. Opponent snatches up a guillotine. J-Rod pulls out, circles as he's in the front head position. Circles, takes it back. One boot in. He's hunting for the second as he has the back with the first boot in. And he's got second boot as the opponent goes to quad pod. Opponent rolls, boom, and he locks up their rear naked. Oh, it's such a tight, satisfying strangle. Wow. Amazing, amazing way to submit a high-level black belt with only a year and a half of just experience. J-Rod gets the win and moves on.